sometimes you just have to have a row there and then, don't you?
Yeah, you do, because when I get home and we're having an argument, then he'll just storm out. He never stays and has the argument, he just walks off. And sometimes after we've had an argument, he sulks for about a week, don't talk to us. So there's like this atmosphere in the house where we're not talking, he'll go and sit upstairs in the bedroom and I'll be downstairs with the kids or whatever. But what I used to do with the kids to embarrass them...
Sorry, Linda, a week? That's a really long time.
Nice and peaceful, I tell you. No, but what I used to do with the kids, if they was driving me mad, we was out shopping and arguing and bickering and everything, I just used to say really loudly, "Will you two stop it?" And they'd be so embarrassed, they'd be like, and they'd stop arguing. But Mark's the most frustrating man that I know, because he really will not have an argument. We'll have a little tiff or something. I've been known to scream in the street at him as well. There was a little old lady that used to live near us, and one day we was having a big row outside the door, and she never spoke to me after that because she heard me shouting things at him. Mark said, that woman must have thought she was such a nice woman, I can't believe what she was saying. Oh, yeah.
When you go, though, you go, don't you? And you see it. It happened, actually... We don't argue that much in public, but one night we went to a restaurant. It was supposed to be a really nice night, just the two of us, you know. And we just ended up having... This argument just came out of nowhere, and it was really quite, you know... And I became aware that everybody on all the other tables had suddenly stopped having their conversation because they're all kind of going like that, pretending not to listen. And I've seen it myself in restaurants, you know, and you do sort of go... they just go, don't
And it's really funny when you're fine. You know, when you two are really strong, when you see somebody else. But it's difficult. I don't tend to have the argument at the time. I'm more of a... I kind of swallow it and, you know, just take it. But, you know, if it's something little, then obviously I'll make my point. But if it's... I tend to sort of drip, drip, drip. I'm like a bin. It kind of gets fuller and fuller and fuller, and then one day the lid just can't shut, and then it's... and then I explode. And I have been known to throw pots and pans and that sort of thing. It's sort of all... That's it. And it's not just, you know, what they've done at that moment. And 6 months ago you did this, and 2 weeks ago you said that, and you raised an eyebrow at me last week. You know, it all comes out.
You're a filer.
I'm a filer
all the way.
Yeah.
I'm a sniper. In the house, I deal with everything with a cutting remark, you know, so... And I also think with kids, I think it's quite important. I mean, I wouldn't have a big, full-on argument in front of them, but I think it's quite important for them to see parents falling out, having a resolution, talking again. And also, for me, for my daughters, it's important for them to see me standing up for myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so if I feel that he said something that I don't like, I'll have a little snipe, and then he'll have a snipe back. And they don't sort of, you know, they're not sitting there thinking, oh, my God, they're going to get divorced. They just kind of go, oh, God, they're arguing again. But I'm standing up for myself.
But also, I think it's healthy for children to see... Obviously, we're not... I mean, I've been divorced twice, so I know what it's like in terms of arguing and that sort of thing. And I did bottle then, because I didn't think it was good for children to see proper grown-up arguments, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no.
But in terms of normal arguing, I think it's really healthy for kids to see you can disagree with someone, you can get something wrong, and then you can make up, and it's not the end of the world. That's quite a healthy thing.
Rod's not very good at confrontations, and he'd rather sort of walk away and avoid something rather than go into a discussion.
Is he with Mark in the pub?
No, he's up in the bedroom with Mark.
he just doesn't really like rowing and confrontation, but he has become a lot better at talking and listening and understanding. And there was an occasion where Rod and I were sort of driving out the house, we were in a rush, we almost forgot the children were in the back of the car, and we were having this disagreement, and he said something to me that he probably shouldn't have done in front of the children. And for a moment, I'm driving, I couldn't really react to it, but within a minute, when we stopped at the lights, he turned around and he said, boys, I have to apologise to your mother. Mummy, I'm very sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. And that's not how you talk to women. And, you know, Mummy and Daddy, we will have disagreements, but, you know, I shouldn't have done that. So I was like, oh, thank God for that.
But that's
just
healthy.
showing them an example of how to behave. So I thought that was
And an example of how to apologise as well, you know.
No, but I think having full-on screaming matches in front of children, it's very stressful. You know, it's very... I mean, we've all got friends and, you know, who sort of sat on the stairs listening to full-on arguments between their parents, and they've all been very deeply affected by that. So, you know, I try to avoid that. So, but as I say, when we're on our own, that time in that restaurant, I'll never forget it. And every time we drive past it now, Gary goes, that's that restaurant where we had that really big argument. And I go, yes, I know. We'll have to go back there and get rid of the spectre of it. Yeah.
I was put on the naughty step once.
Was you?
Yeah. Yeah, we were sort of in the middle of sort of bickeringy, argumenty, whatever, and Amy had been naughty, and then Finlay had been naughty, and then apparently I was naughty. We were all sat there like that. Can I just say that doesn't work in a row? Don't ever send a partner to a naughty step.
Yeah, that was the ex-husband, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's now an ex.
Yeah.
Wait until you watch these and click here to subscribe. You may as well. It's totally free.
In my situation with Emily, I think she's really nice. I'm actually glad he's with someone like her. She's a proper lady. She speaks really well. It seems she's come from a lovely family. The kids love her, never say a bad word about her. I'd rather he be with someone like her than some gobby person like me. And I have to thank her, because I actually thank her that now the situation with us all talking, I think made a difference in having a woman and his wife. So now we all get on, because Kieran's always been nice with Pete.
Yeah.
And the kids prefer it.
Yeah.
I think
That's the thing.